Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video because I had two videos that I wanted to make. One was about the Voltaxic mechanics and another one was about the Mega Shock build that I was doing, but both ideas kind of got stuck because I couldn't find enough information about the shocks and the Voltaxic, and the build didn't really perform well. So in this video it's gonna be like 2-in-1. I'm gonna talk quickly about the shocks because shocks got a slight rework, well, kind of big rework, and also gonna talk about this failed build idea. And yes, I'm using 6-link Impulsa and I'm using Voltaxic, so it's 1-to-1, exactly the same as Metal's build, obviously, in search of memes. So first things first, shocks. Shocks now work a bit differently. It is much easier to shock for minimum amount, which is 5%, so you can shock even bigger bosses quite easily, but it is much harder to shock for the maximum damage. So I was actually thinking building around Voltaxic, because Voltaxic has your shocks can increase damage taken by up to a maximum of 100%, because normally it's capped at 50%. So I thought I could build around that and it would be like mega shocks. And in Path of Building, it doesn't calculate the shocks with the new formula. All the enemies now have ailment threshold, and bosses have around half of that, but I have no idea how to calculate it. There is a formula, but it doesn't doesn't seem to be good enough. And the Path of Building doesn't calculate the shocks properly as well, because in here it says that you can't really see. In here it says that I can, for minimum 5% shock to apply for 3.4 seconds, the target must have no more than 1.1 billion life. Yep, according to this, I am able to shock 1.1 billion life bosses for a minimum amount of damage. And that is not even counting the 3% more damage, well, the fake 3% more damage from the Voltaxic. I did try to research the shocks, and someone posted a link where Mark confirmed that Voltaxic and the Lightning Arrow, the mod that says shocked enemies as foe dealing 300 more damage, this can stack with Lightning Arrow's shock enemies as foe dealing 185% more damage. I think it goes up with levels. So these two stack, but I'm still not 100% sure, because Mark was replying to this comment which did not like specifically talk about that. So I'm not sure if Mark read the first comment and replied it, because it said multiple more modifiers are always multiplicative with each other. So it seems that it should stack, which means with Lightning Arrow you should be able to much easier reach maximum shock damage. So that's one thing. The next thing is well, the build that I was doing, focusing on massive shocks, like I said. So the build that I'm using, Voltaxic Rift, Impulsa makes it pretty sweet for the clear speed, but I hate Scourge, and I chose Scourge because it does get 150% more damage with hits and ailments per stage. So this would help me apply bigger shocks, because I would be able to hit for more damage in a single hit, and that's what you want if you want to apply biggest shocks. And I'm doing crit. This is non-poison, obviously. I got most of the damage that I can, and there's not much I can get else. I also got +1 arrows. People said that getting +1 to maximum arrows helps. Position the pots in the V formation, which allows to shotgun a bit better rather than in a line. It would be like this in a line, and it's easier to place more pots with the extra arrow, because it doesn't require as much well, space. And this is assassin, getting elusive, getting the power charges, getting the opportunistic for speed, because it does help with the clear speed quite a lot. I forgot to get the jewels. This is only level 85, so I could get quite a lot more life. I'm gonna be getting these, getting the jewel, updating jewels, and basically I'm trying to get all of the shock effect as possible anointed this one to get even more. So I actually have 100% increased shock effect, 118% shock effect. And I have no idea how to calculate the formula. Actually we did quite a lot of calculations on stream, trying to figure out how exactly it works. And if I get full shock, actually I don't want to go into that. It was like I should be able to fully shock like 100% more damage against 1.8 million live bosses, which is like nothing. So it's not impressive at all. And my average hit would be around 700k, something like that. In theory, at least according to old PUB old calculations, probably I would be able to shock 4.4 billion live bosses for 5% damage, but I don't know, that's probably not realistic and not correct. And other than that, I try to get crit multi, elemental damage of attacks, everything that scales elemental damage, because you convert that elemental damage into chaos, and that chaos damage allows you to shock. So all the chaos damage and lightning damage is calculated for shocks. I don't even know if I should go over all of my items. I did try to get the helmet. It would be the helmet is with crit multi, but it would be better to get Scourge helmet enchantment for increased damage, and then just craft nearby enemies have like -9 chaos resistance. So yeah, I'm gonna be quitting this build. I started 2 new builds actually. I'm not sure what's the next build is actually gonna be, but I'm gonna do another video about a lot of people said that about my galvanic arrow build, why I didn't do poison, and I want to do a separate video and explain why it's not just so easy to just enable the poison. So I'm gonna talk about that a bit. And yeah, for now I think thank you for watching, and I will see you pretty soon, I think. Bye bye.